Hey guys, welcome to Simply Natural Mama. Today we're going to be making dinner for the family and for baby. There's so many different ways that you can cut an onion, but this is what I found worked a lot better for me. So you're just going to cut off the ends, and then you're actually going to cut down the center. You're going to take the time to peel all of the ends of the onion. And I know a lot of people have different tricks and say, that this way or that way doesn't, cause them to cry, but honestly, I've pretty much tried everything, and unless you're used to cutting onions, this is how it's going to be. So my trick is to just stick your head in the freezer. So what you're going to do is you're actually going to be cutting horizontal lines. I usually do just two, and you want these to be about 1/4 of an inch thick. And then what you're going to do now is you're going to just cut vertically however big a dice that you want for your onion. I like small dices just because they're easier to hide from kids. So once you get to that point, you kind of want to see where your fingers are, and you want to kind of hold your hand at a claw position with the blade rubbing up against your knuckles. And then once you get to the smallest part of the onion, I just kind of, rough chop it. And now what you want to do is you actually want to make sure that your pan has been heated up already, and then go ahead and add some extra virgin olive oil or some grapeseed oil over a medium to high heat. And then you want to add your diced onions to the mix. You just want to stir these around just so they start to caramelize or get a little bit translucent but not brown. And then what you're going to do after that is you just want to add your bison. And once the bison is added, you want to cut it up with your spoon, and as it cooks, it'll start to break down the same way that beef and turkey does. And while this is happening and that's cooking up, you want to go ahead and start to cut your bell peppers. You want to take a paring knife and just cut, around so that you're able to pull out the center. Everything that's inside, you can go ahead and just, use your fingers to kind of get all the white parts out and all the seeds. So now that we've gotten back to our bison, we can see that it's cooked down. And we do want to make dinner for baby and for the parents. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to take out some of the bison meat and set it on a plate on the side for baby's food. It's up to you how much you want. Because Ava hasn't had bison yet, I wanted to just give her a little bit so see if she would actually like it. So what you're now going to do is you're going to add your either minced garlic. I just use a garlic press, it's just easier. You're going to add that to your mixture. And then you're going to add salt and pepper and the canned tomatoes and the rest of the vegetables. I just chose the vegetables that were in my fridge, some zucchini and some dinosaur kale. You just want to mix that around to make sure that the kale starts to break down. It doesn't have to break down all the way, but just so that it's starting to cook. Okay, so once that's cooked down, you want to add your quinoa, most of it anyways. You want to keep some, again, for Ava's dinner. I want to put this to the side. And then just continue to mix the mixture around so that the quinoa can absorb some of the bison flavor. Again, this is cooked quinoa. Okay, so now we want to get started stuffing my bell peppers. So you just want to scoop and stuff as much as you can into each bell pepper. It doesn't have to be perfect or pretty. You're just kind of, putting as much as you can inside. And then once you're done stuffing all the bell peppers, then you're going to just grate some cheese. You can use feta cheese, blue cheese, whatever you feel like. I actually had a bunch of Parmesan cheese, so I went ahead and used Parmesan cheese to sprinkle on top. I just kind of topped each one with some basil, and I have a lot left over, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have that for leftovers. And I wanted to make sure that my oven is set at 400 and preheated. So now we're going to go ahead and get started with Ava's food. So I just want to put a little bit of whole quinoa and whole meat into a bowl, just so that I can get a different type of texture, so she can feel what the quinoa and the meat actually feel like. But for the rest of the mixture, what I want to do is I want to put it in the blender. Just because, you know, she's just being introduced to meats and grains, I want to go ahead and you know, do the work for her since she doesn't have that many teeth, and just blend it a bit just to get it to the right consistency that she can digest it. So now you just want to add a little bit of stock offhand, vegetable stock, chicken stock, whatever you have. You want to make sure that your blender is set correctly. And then we're just going to turn this on for a little bit. So you definitely don't want it to be a liquidy mixture. You definitely want it to still kind of have that thick texture. So I'm not even going to blend it for too long on too high of a setting, just because I want still to have a little bit of texture to the meat. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and add the avocado. And you don't need to really mix it up so that you're smushing it. You can just, you know, chop it up a little bit. Alright, so now is the big test to see if she is going to like bison. Here we go. It's success!